Hello, namaste. Welcome to your 10-minute yoga lesson today with me, Melissa, here at Inspired Life Studios in Long Branch, New Jersey. This month's exhibit is cheeky, if you like the paintings behind me. So today we're going to work on Trikonasana, the triangle pose. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Take the feet wide apart. You might want to play around with the stance. If you need to bring them in a little bit or something, you can work on that. We're going to turn the left foot out, right foot in, lining up the left heel with the right arch. So I'm going to do it with a block on my left side, and then when we switch sides, I'm going to put the block down. So if you have the block and want to use it, I want you to hold it in that left hand, extend the right arm out. So the whole time you want these arms to be in the same line. They're never going like this. We're going to lengthen the spine up toward the ceiling, keep the legs straight if you can, and begin to lean out like someone's pulling you by that left hand, lengthening both the right and the left side of the waist. So don't collapse down in the waist here. Really lengthen out of here and keep the hips moving back away from the upper body. Once you've gone as far as you can in the torso, you drop down. Remember that right arm follows the left. You can drop the block down. If you don't have the block, you can have the hand on the leg. And if you're very flexible, you can go down to the floor. So I don't like to go down to the floor because it compromises my form. I have the flexibility in the legs to get down there, but my chest starts to cave forward. So we want the chest to be really nice and open. If you can, gaze up toward that extended hand, and that'll really help you to keep the chest open. We're going to hold it for a total of 5 breaths here. And then keep the legs straight. Use the abdominals to pull yourself up. So you feel that? It's the obliques pulling you up. So this is really a core exercise. So same side, we're going to do the revolved triangle. So the back foot can step in a little bit. So you can adjust your stance as needed. Left hand comes to the left hip. Right arm is going to extend up. Now, again, if you want to use the block, I'm going to use it on this side and not the other, so you can see the difference. My left hand is on my left hip, block is in my right arm. Hips are square to the front of the mat, lengthen the spine up, and fold straight down. Then begin the twist at the middle of the back, so don't hurt your neck and don't hurt your lower back. Keep the hips square. Drop the block to the outside of the left foot. And then once you're set up in this little tripod position, you can extend that arm up. So this is definitely a balance challenge. And I want you to notice that my palm is facing away from you. Everything's still in that straight line. You're not here. We don't want any unnecessary tension in the shoulders. Keep the legs straight if you can, and that'll make you really use those obliques to come out of the pose. So let's try the other side. I'm going to ditch the block. If you want to use the block, you can. If not, you don't have to. This time, right foot out, left foot in. And you might notice that your stance needs to be wider from leg to leg. That's really common. So it's a thing about flexibility in the legs as well as strength in the core. We're going to bring the arms out to the side. Relax those shoulders. Don't have them up here. Keep the torso upright and long, lengthening the spine. We're going to lean out as if someone's pulling us by the fingertips. And the whole time I want you to imagine that your body is between 2 panes of glass here. So you can't go forward. You can't come out of those 2 panes. So lengthen through the torso and then place the hand anywhere on the leg or the floor or a block. And if you can, gaze up toward that extended arm, really keeping the chest open here. And then keep the legs straight, bend the knee if you have to, if you have knee pain. Use the obliques to lift yourself up. So we've done this for 5 breaths. You can play around with it and build up so that eventually you're doing 10 or more breaths. And sometimes I like to do several times, so I might concentrate on my core one time, my legs the second time. So play around with it. Let the practice really be yours. So we're going to do that revolved triangle. So step the back foot in and square the hips to the front of the mat. Right hand is on the right hip, left arm extends up. Lengthen through the side of the waist, lengthen the spine up toward the ceiling, keep the legs straight as you fold down, and then initiate the twist. The hand is going to come to the outside of the leg, or the floor, or a block. And once you're set up, open up that arm. So I'm going to show you what this looks like from the other side. I think I am. So this is really challenging your perception. You're not usually all twisted around looking at the ceiling. So if you fall over, don't worry, that's part of the challenge. And then really ground the feet into the floor as you lift yourself back up. So that was Trikonasana and its counterpart, the Revolved Triangle. So I hope you've enjoyed this lesson and look for more on my website. Thank you so much for working out with me today. Namaste.